every dovetail guitar, Martins, Lyrebass, it doesn't matter who, the first thing we're going to do in French polishing is get the cheeks of the heel hollow, in final adjustment, I mean. And now let's see. I can start by getting the little lip of pumice off these cheeks that got there from me filling. Just kind of gently. Okay, so now I want to make these cheeks. I'm just getting little bits of pumice. There we go. Now I want to make the cheeks hollow, leaving about 2 or 3 millimeters edge, like this. I can demonstrate this again for Kira with my other guitar. So I'm just leaving 2 or 3 millimeters and hollowing everything out within that. So it's just the edges of the cheeks that will be contacting the sides. I don't know any dovetail guitars that aren't done like this. If you look at Edgar Mente's guitars, which were hand done, it's just completely hollow. It's just the cheeks contacting.
To be sure that you will have a problem.
Yeah, well, there's another reason for it. Now I'm going to file and or sand those cheeks to make it perfect. But if I file and sand on this whole flat area, then I'm almost certainly going to make it round and I won't have a nice tight fit on the edge.
Kind of undoable.
Yeah. So here too, hollow. Get the other side. This is the first step. I haven't even put it on the guitar to see what kind of adjustment I have to make.
But if you start sanding on those edges, it will change the angle of the neck as well.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the idea. Get the angle perfect.
Yeah.
It's
It's always a bit off. Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. Sometimes you luck out and
Mostly it is.
depending on, I know mine is a bit off, and I know Noemi's is,
Mine is.
laterally,
Okay.
right? We did that on purpose. So, now I better check what's in put it on there and see where I'm at now. I don't want to draw a pencil line again, so I'll just mark center with the corner of the masking tape. Put it right on. That's okay. So let's see where I'm at. So now laterally, eek. That's it. There should be thread at every workstation. See if you have thread at yours. Doesn't look too bad, actually. I thought I was further off. Actually, that's okay. Just barely to the treble side. I don't want to be at all to the bass side. I don't mind being a hair over to the treble side. And by hair, not as much as a millimeter, but half a millimeter is fine. In fact, I usually aim it just a hair to the treble side. That way, if I make if I glue the bridge on center, I end up with a little bit more wood on the top piece, so I'm not going to pull it off the fingerboard as easily.
Yeah.
So if anything, I want to be a bit over to the treble side, but
Yeah.
not the bass side. But I'm not.
Good point.
Now that's okay. I could go a little bit to bass side, but really it's within limits. Oops. So that's okay. Now let's see how I am vertically. Ah, shit. Where's my thread? It's okay. I'll just keep that there. So vertically. Now that needs to go back. Right, that's, yeah, I knew I was off one way or another. I remember back at my vertical angle wasn't good. Just gonna clamp this. See how far back it has to go. So that has to go quite a bit back. I don't know how that happened, but I knew it right after I routed somehow or other. So you see, it's got to go about 2 millimeters back.
Yeah.
So
But that means that the fingerboard will come up.
yeah, a little bit. It'll still be able to go down there. So I'll get out the old Nicholson. That's I can do it all with sanding the cheek of the dovetail, but it has to go back quite a bit, so I'll save some time. You can also create a lot of extra time with a Nicholson, but I'll save some time.
Just inside, right?
Huh?
Just inside.
Yeah, just the cheek. I'm just getting the edge of the cheek.
Okay.
It's the cheek that commands the angle of the neck,
Yeah.
Okay.
not the dovetail. I'm going to have to tighten up the dovetail after this because I'm going to take material off the cheek, so the dovetail is going to go in. I'll need to put probably.
No, I mean that with rasp you don't touch the line.
The outside line?
No.
This
Oh. Which line?
these.
No, you
Sure,
touch that
yeah,
line.
sure, that is what I'm
Course.
touching.
Because if
Yeah.
you don't touch that line, you can't go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, that is
It has
what
to
I'm
go
touching.
down to get it backwards.
Look, see, that's what I have been touching.
Oh.
You can see it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly what I am touching. I'll get the other side now. I've hollowed it inside, so it's mainly the outside that I'm
If you don't
touching.
hollow it, it's kind of imagine.
Okay, so now I've got a nub in the middle there. That's probably enough. I'll knock this nub off. And I'll just make sure that this is good and hollow again. We have rasp. I've made it less hollow. And I'll check my vertical angle again. Now that is not going to look very neat probably from the rasp. So I'll have to touch it up and make it look neat again. Get a nice joint. Okay. And for that I've got this sandpaper. I've got pieces already cut here. Everyone can take a piece of this stuff. This is kind of a special stiffer sandpaper than the stuff we normally use for most roads. Getting a bit worn out. So I'll take a piece of this stuff now. I'll see how I'm doing. See, I've made a bit of a gap here now. And the other side is not bad. That's right
Yeah.
off the rasp. That's pretty good for right off the rasp. But let's see if I swung it back enough. No, I need to do more. So I will do more raspy. So I don't want to touch this corner there, that would be putting it that way, and I want to go this way,
Okay.
right? I just want to approach that corner.
Yeah, a little more than the first time.
You will make straight with the sandpaper.
Yeah. Let's have a look at that. See how I'm doing. No, that looks pretty good,
Yeah.
and that looks pretty good. But let's see how my angle is.
Adding more touch.
Okay, that's getting there.
Yeah.
Almost within limits. I don't want to be more than a millimeter out from the angelometer, and that's still a bit more than a millimeter. So I can rasp a little bit more. Both sides.
Because then you have to
And then by that time I'm going to have, sorry, then what?
you have to more tight than
Yeah,
the
I
neck.
have to put a couple of shims in, probably not at the top, but for sure at the bottom. I've loosened that. I'll try that. I don't want to go too far, because then I have to go the other way.
Yeah. That way you keep on going, huh?
Yeah.
Until your neck is
Then,
finished.
then you have two frets.
Half neck. Yeah. Well,
All right, I'll see how that looks. Probably I can just start sanding that. I can do the whole job with sanding too. This side. Okay, that's getting close, so I'm just going to sand this now, and by that time I should be okay. But first, I see it now. I can pull out. So first, I'll put a couple pieces of shim. You have to have it nice and tight for that sanding to be effective. But I think just at this point, just writing paper is all I need.
it wasn't really much.
Hmm?
It wasn't that much.
No. Okay. Couple pieces. Oh God, don't tell me my glue bottle's not working again.
Well, we haven't
By the
really-
way, we've got lots of glue. If anyone wants to top up their glue bottle, there's glue here.
fresh glue.
Fresh glue.
You put on both parts.
Both both sides, yeah.
Bless
Okay. Now I can send that. So this is a job we should all get done now before we get back to French polishing. Important job. And it's a very picky little job.
Yeah, it is.
It's not one of the easiest jobs. So that tightens that up again. Now I can take this sandpaper. Now see, I want it tight because I want the sandpaper to grab. Sometimes I push down on the heel a bit. Now what's important when you're doing this sanding is make sure you're always pulling down on this paper. If you pull up even once, you'll open the heel.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how fast that goes.
Yeah, especially because you only hit the corner then.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I see.
He's sleeping.
Get the middle too. I can get that with a chisel, but if I can sand it so much better. So, let's see how that looks. Now that looks, now I'm getting a nice joint again.
Yes.
That kind of, you know, the file doesn't show a gap there. By the time I've got that gap out, probably I'll be okay. Oh, stop smashing my tongue. I'm just going to squeeze it right down. Those shims are still a little bit tight. There we go. It goes down. So that's fine now.
Yep.
I can do a little bit more sanding each side until I've closed that gap there. See, I've still got a bit
So
of
you
gap
have sand a little bit here.
Yeah,
there.
well, the whole, yeah, but I have to sand both sides. I'll check my lateral adjustment once more. Should still be fine because I haven't touched the corners. I'm really not sure where exactly, what part of that line I'm in. Okay. Now I do know. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm just going to take a couple more passes with the sandpaper and this is good. Okay, you can start.